Hello everybody, looking ahead to week 7 of the Dubai World Cup Carnival here on GG, and we're being spoilt. We've got 3 group races on the card this week, and the first of them is the Meydan Sprint, and I think Blue Point, the only Group 1 winner in the race, has rather scared off all his rivals. This is his first start for some time, but Charlie Appleby's always had this race in mind for him. Let's not forget he was only beaten narrowly by the mighty Ertijal in this race last year, a race fit Ertijal. Blue Point is going to be a very short price, but I fully expect him to justify that in race number 2. We move on to the Firebreak Stakes, which is an early prep for the Godolphin Mile. This is a Group 3 on the dirt over a mile, and I think it could have been a difficult decision for Richie Mullen, who had the choice between Secret Ambition and Behavioural Bias. He went for Secret Ambition, and he certainly has the class, but he has been missing the break a little bit lately, and I think Behavioural Bias could just represent better value here. He ran a great race on his local debut at Jebel Ali last time, a track that probably wouldn't have suited him, and then it's got a stiff uphill finish, and he's a horse who's come from America. Meydan should be much better for him, so maybe he and Tygo Shea can upset some big guns in that race. The official feature, I suppose, is the Balanchine. It's a pretty weak Group 2, though, for the fillies and mares, and it's hard to look beyond Poetic Charm, who won the first leg of this fillies series at Cape Verde last time, beating all of these rivals. She may be slightly vulnerable over the extra trip, but it's hard to work out, if so, which one is going to beat her. Maybe putting her in a forecast with Furia Cruzada, who was good second in this race last year, isn't a bad idea. But in truth, it's a pretty weak group race. And even though she is stepping into the unknown distance-wise, Poetic Charm should just be too good based on what we saw from her last time. Got a very competitive 6 furlong dirt sprint, which I think pretty much any of them can win. I like 9 Below Zero, who acquitted himself very well in group company last time. But if you're going to push me, I'd probably say Lava Spin might just be the one here. He's been off for some time, in fact since November, with a bit of a foot injury. It's not too serious. He's well drawn here, and he's just got a few sort of younger legs than a lot of his rivals in this race. He goes for the informed Satish Seemar team. Lava Spin maybe could be the answer there, but a lot that you wouldn't want to discount. Pop the Hood as well can go well. He hadn't really come in his coat. Didn't look quite right when he ran last time. He should be a lot better this time for the Doug Watson team. Godolphin runs 7 in the closing mile and a half turf handicap. I'm pretty sure it's going to go to them. Difficult to know which one with, though. There's quite a few I like. Very talented, steps up in trip, but has got the first time gelded angle. But maybe Walton Street can win this for the second year in a row. My slight concern is last year he'd had 2 preps, whereas this time he comes here fresh. But last year he hadn't run since August. This time we saw him out a lot more recently than that at the end of last year in the UK. So maybe Walton Street could be the answer to the Godolphin conundrum in our last race. The one race I haven't mentioned is probably one of the more tricky ones on the night. It's for the 3-year-olds. It's a new race, the Meydan Trophy. Perhaps again it can go to Godolphin, and Charlie Appleby's Art Deval was a non-runner last time. I don't think it was anything too serious though, and perhaps he can go well here. He's been highly tried. He's only had a couple of starts so far, but in listed company. And I think Charlie thinks a lot of this horse. The plan was to run him on the dirt, so they're not exactly doing what they wanted to initially here, but he could just have too much class up for them in that race. The other one to consider there is Billa Shack, who was a good maiden winner for Fauzi Nass over a trip just short of this on turf last time at Meydan. There is an Arabian race on the card as well for fans of those, and AF Al-Shanjali really does deserve to win a big one. He's been very consistent at a higher level than this. Maybe he can land the opening Group 2. That's it from me. Wish you all the best, those of you following the tips here on GG.